Hello, Pisces. I'm Chris. Welcome to your March Taroscope. So guys, a tumultuous kind of few months, hasn't it been, right? 2019 has kicked off in a sort of difficult way. We have January swinging us one way, February swinging us another way. And for me, what I think is going on in March, especially for you guys, for your sign, first of all, happy fucking birthday. How rude of me. Pisces, it's going to be a good month to celebrate. It's going to be a good month for you to find the calm in the storm. I feel with you guys like there's sort of a sort of coming out of your body, right? Very Piscean. Coming out of your body, sort of looking around, looking at life, looking at seeing where you've been, what's happening, a sort of assimilation of lessons and experiences from the past few years. And in doing so, what happens, Pisces, is that as we enter the rest of the year, as we go into, say, April, you have a better sense of where things are going. So March is a month to cool off, to get healed, to take some time to relax, to recuperate, to have fun. If you've been working a lot, you know, time to take some time off. If you've been going out a lot, time to stay in. If you've been staying in too much, it's a month of balance. Center of our reading here, Pisces, we have the Five of Pentacles. So starting in March, there's a lot of things I think that need to be addressed with you guys, and I think with particular to your social life and your sense of connectiveness to others. And I think here is where we need to find the stillness. Here's where we need to find the calm. Here's where we need to find that center point where you can do some reflection. I think that with the Five of Pentacles here, it feels like we're stuck in between two places where there's been a sense of growth and a sense of building and a sense of things moving in a certain way and feeling like stuff was happening. And then there's this sense of where we're going. And right now, Pisces is sort of stuck in the middle of those two things, right? With the Five of Pentacles, it feels to me like, yes, traditionally a card that reflects loneliness, that reflects hardships, that reflect, financial worries. But I don't think that's the emphasis here. I think it's what I was saying in the beginning about a stillness, right? A center point, a place of taking a step back and really reflecting on what it is that we want out of life, what adds value. I think Pisces is going deep this month, right? You guys don't do anything superficial, but I think this month is about a search for meaning. And that's what I think the Five of Pentacles is showing here. There's like an awareness of a sort of lack, right? There's awareness of a sense of things not quite being fulfilling for you, things quite not being exactly where you'd like them to be. And I think it comes a lot to the matters of the heart. I think it comes down a lot to your feeling of how loved you are, your feeling of how connected you are to others, feeling like, and again, Pisces, my advice from this card is to take a step back, right? To chill, to not be too serious about anything, to not be too career focused or things like that this month, but to allow yourself time to heal and recuperate and to pick yourself back up. You know, that tumultuous Pisces water back and forth swishing around. And right now, all that water to me feels like a warm bath, where now you're like getting to luxuriate and getting to like feel yourself. And here in your ideals here, Pisces, we have the Ace of Wands. And I think this is really looking for a fresh start, really looking for a future that is full of passion, that is full of excitement. And this is where your minds are right now. So you see here what I'm talking about this desire to fill and bring meaning to things. There's a sense of void here. It's almost like the Five of Pentacles is darkness, and then the Ace of Wands is like a match in the darkness, right? A little bit of fire, a little bit of spark. Pisces, this month is about you finding that spark, you needing to go deep down within yourself to find out what drives you. For some Pisces, it's going to be creativity. For some Pisces, it's going to be a need for love and companionship, right? Love and companionship. So even if you are in a committed relationship, there's a sense here of just feeling a little alone, feeling a little disconnected, right? But what I see with the Ace of Wands, Pisces, is a lot of hope. A lot of reason to feel hopeful, a lot of reasons to feel encouraged, a strong sense of knowing that like the capability for what you want to accomplish is in your own hands. And in this month, in this connection to your spirituality, to your greater sense of life, you come back down to earth, I think, with this gift, with this knowing, with this understanding. So first, we're going into our past now. In the past, Pisces, we're looking at the devil in reverse. So this is really trying to conquer your demons, I think, here. And I think what's happening with you guys, Pisces, is that some of the things that are bothering you externally, some of the things that were like nagging at you, you've sort of internalized with the devil in reverse, right? You sort of saw like the shadow self and kind of maybe got stuck there. Sort of feeling with the devil in reverse like an attempt to break free of habits, an attempt to move forward, an attempt to get yourself out of this place. Maybe it only pushed you deeper inside. You guys are notorious for escapism, right? So it's almost as if like you take this drug to, I'm speaking hyperbolically, you take this drug to enlighten yourself, to get wise, to understand life and where things are, and instead what it does is bring you deeper. So if you are Pisces who does indulge in a little escapism here and there, which most of you are, I think that this is a time for pulling back from that, right? To not rely on substances, to not rely on escapism as much, because I think that what happens is when you do that is that it just pulls you further away from feeling this. It pulls you further away from actually addressing the things that are that are sucking life out of you, right? That are draining you is what I want to say. Then we have the Two of Pentacles here. So really trying to find balance. Pisces, really looking for an opportunity here to get grounded in yourself, to find companionship also. I think that what's happening here is that Pisces might have been a little discouraged by, you know, the level of partnership that they feel. So whether you're in a relationship or not, if you're in a relationship, this is telling me that like you're not quite fully feeling connected to the person that you're with. If you're not in a relationship, it's like this search. And part of that search, Pisces, might be what's putting you in this devil place, right? Looking for things looking for the right things in all the wrong places. Two of Pentacles here is also, I think, a sense of taking on too much, right? I think putting such a weight on yourself, putting such a burden on yourself, putting such just like responsibility onto yourself. Pisces, I think this month is you need to drop some responsibilities. Not like your external responsibilities, but the weight that you put on yourself, the weight that you put on your own shoulders. It's bringing you to a bad place, I think. And I think that this like when I said in the beginning about going deeper and deeper and deeper, I think it's about disconnecting from the superficial things, disconnecting from the things that bring you down. And then here we have the Eight of Pentacles. So kind of putting a lot of yourself into work, kind of investing, I think, all of this energy, all of this sense of creativity and love and all these things you've been feeling like you need to express. I think you've been really indulging in your work life. I think you've been channeling all your energy into that. It's become like a center point for your life. So this might also make sense here, Pisces, why like while you have meaning and purpose and work ethic, there's like something that's not being tended to. So I don't think this is about Pisces being broke the way sometimes Five of Pentacles comes up. I think this is about Pisces being like emotionally unfulfilled. And I think that you guys have felt like you've been doing the right thing, right? You've been making the right strides. You've been taking the right steps. You've been doing all the things that you think you were supposed to be doing, and it's still not working out. And Pisces, I think part of the reason it's not is because there's still a reckoning that you're not doing with something. There's still something that you're not willing to face. There's something deep down inside emotionally about yourself, about your life, about your past, and that you're still not quite facing entirely. So it brings you to a place where you're scrambling. You think that you're taking on extra things, right? You're putting yourself out there in all these different ways. You're working, and then like still there's a thing inside of you that doesn't feel fulfilled. And I think the answer here, Pisces, as to how to fill that is with passion and with love. work is great and work is important and work is essential, but I think that there's an element here of not paying attention to other things, and sometimes maybe even using your work life, your career life to circumvent the stuff inside that's bothering you, to be able to look at what you've accumulated on the surface and in a way like ignore the lack that might be being felt within. And now here's the turning point here, Pisces. As we're moving into March, what is this with the Knight of Cups? It's for those of you looking for love, this is you going out there, right? To me, what I'm looking at when I see this is Pisces getting on that horse, putting their hand out with that cup and saying, I want love, I expect love, I need it, I desire it. Look at this, Pisces. Look at, I'll show you the way the cards are falling here, but like in this row of cards, right in the middle, right? We have this sort of sense of lack, and then on the top and the bottom we have passion and love. So what did I just say about the thing that kind of heals you, the thing that fills this void? Passion and love. I think that there's potential here, Pisces, to have a lot of sexy time in March. I think there's a lot of potential here to get your freak on. And I think that's important, right? Because look, when we have here right next to each other is work and play. And this is what I was saying from the beginning about balance, right? Work and love. Even for some of you, you might be indulging too much or too invested in the day-to-day mundane stuff, and the dreams, the passions, the excitement is maybe going away a little bit. So March right now is looking for Pisces as an opportunity for you to sort of pivot, for you to move your attention from something that was to the thing that's actually going to heal this, which is what? Love. Now, for those of you looking for love, there's a lot of potential here. Besides putting yourself out there, I think that there's also, when I look at this, a feeling of someone writing in. But it has to be because you're going out, right? It has to be, nothing's going to come in if you're not putting out. I mean, you know what I mean. If you're not putting yourself out there. All right, now going forward, we have the star. So guys, March is a month of looking towards the stars, looking towards the bigger things, looking towards your ideals. You're looking towards, how do I bring together all of the parts of me? How do I make everything work for my happiness? How do I not only have a successful life, work life, but how then I also have a fulfilling romance? The answer, Pisces, is in, I think it's really high standards, not just for yourself and of people, but about your life. Being willing in March to not compromise, and not compromise in a healthy way, right? Where relationships work better because you're compromising, but not compromise in terms of what you're willing to accept and what you want out of life, right? It's like someone who goes on dates and knows what they want. And you don't have to tell yourself like to just accept something. You don't have to accept substandard, working conditions at work, right? You don't have to accept, the bullshit, the petty stuff. Because with the devil in reverse, I keep going back to this. I think this is a big point of this reading. It's tricking us. It's tricking you into thinking that what you need, you're going to get out of stuff that you're not going to get it out of. And so you give this thing power because you pull yourself back even further from what you want to accomplish. So again, Pisces, a big month with the last quarter moon, a big month for filling yourself, for filling your cup. I think you're right on the verge, Pisces. I think that March is going to be like a transitional month because you're right on the verge of getting the things you desire. I think for some of you, that's going to be like starting or expanding a family. For some of you, that's going to be changing career paths to something that's more fulfilling and more aligned with what you want. Some of you, that's going to be landing that romance that you've been looking for. Whatever it is that's at the forefront of your mind, Pisces, whatever it is that is making you feel this, because some of you might be killing in your careers and not doing so great in love. Some of you might be doing great in love but need to fill your careers, right? It's a general reading. It's up to what you, how it applies to you. The idea here, Pisces, is that there's a lot of hope. And there's no reason for you to feel dismal. There's no reason for you to feel down this month. Even if you're struggling, even if you're going through it, the point here is that if you focus again on love, if you focus on, you know, the things that are going to fulfill you, your dreams, your passions, then change starts to happen. Change starts to happen. You can be your vulnerable, beautiful self and still be hustling. You can have everything you desire with the star here, right? And then what did I say about how close it is? So now, not only do we have moving into the full moon, our last card of the reading, we have the full moon. Pisces, I think that there's dream fulfillment in March. I think that there's satisfaction that comes your way in March. I think that you're going to start to feel more like yourself. I think you're going to start to feel less of this. I think you're going to start to feel less of this. At the bottom of the deck, we have death. What is fueling all this? A need to change, a desire to change, a need to let go. And I think, Pisces, you're ready to let go of so much. And I think you thought the first few months of the year, things were going to be let go a little easier than they were. But it turns out there's a lot to do, right? Let me show you the cards so we can talk about this real quick. All right, Pisces, so you see how we're going around here. In the middle, we have this pain, this suffering, this sort of sense of loneliness, this sense of being without. But we're stirred by passion, we're stirred by opportunity, we're stirred by the desire to do more and be more. And now we're moving out of this place where we're focused on like shadow things and picking up projects and tasks that aren't actually as worthwhile as they seem to be, and work still being important, but now we're moving towards dreams. You see how almost the way that the night is moving away from this place of, this is you guys here, right? Moving away from all this focus on work and moving towards the bigger dreams, the bigger pictures, the bigger sense of fulfillment. And then light shines on the things that were making you feel dark. This devil is easier to face. He's not buried inside. The full moon puts its light on it and shows it for what it is. And some of you might not want this anymore because you're gonna know how much greater things can be. You know, it's like someone who like gives up an addiction because like they just have other things that they want that are more important. And that's what I said in the beginning about floating out of your body almost and seeing the world differently and seeing the world brand new. By the end of March, guys, you're gonna be in a new place. A place of fulfillment, a place of satisfaction, a place of warmth, comfort, security. Whether you're getting that from your best friends, or you're getting that from your family, or you're getting that from a romantic spouse. There's a big sense by the end of March, guys, like the emptiness. Look how we go from a place of void to absolute fullness. Absolute void, full, light, dark. We're moving towards the light, guys. All right, so outcome here is the Page of Wands in reverse. So I think that you guys are while you're sort of grappling with having the hope and having the desire and having the drive, the Page of Wands in reverse kind of shows me that it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy road. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think the point here is that you have to try, and I think you have to keep going, and I think you have to not be discouraged, and I think you have to not judge yourself and hold yourself back and constantly be gauging your progress. I think this is a month, Pisces, of just letting go and going with the flow of things and allowing yourself to be driven. As you're refinding your passions, as you're finding the things that make you excited and connect you to life again, it's not going to be the most graceful thing. It's not going to be the easiest thing. But Pisces, I think what I want to say here to you is that you have to keep trying. You have to be persistent. You have to let yourself fall. You have to let yourself make mistakes. Because this is a journey for you to find like your ideals. And that doesn't happen overnight. That doesn't happen, you know, this is a place, right, where it's still going to be cold. Even if you're starting to move out of it, there's still snow in the ground. And you can't expect instant gratification. But I think, again, as we go into April, you'll get what you need, right? You start to feel it from within. Excitement, passion, drive, ambition, big things. Big things pop in Pisces. As we move into April, you're going to, I think that what's going to happen is that this is going to turn right side up. That this like fumbling, this with Page of Wands is always like kind of fumbling, always trying, you know, and I think that as the month ends, you'll find yourself turning upright. And you find yourself clear-headed and seeing clearly. And this month that fills your heart and fills your soul and fills your void now gives you the energy and the drive and the passion to go forward, right? All right, Pisces, no personal readings this month. I'm still catching up from February, and I just need some time to reinvest into this. I have a lot going on in March, so check back on weeklies. If any become available, I'll put that there. Also, you can check out below for donations. Those are really helpful. I love when you guys help run the channel. Keep it going. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And Pisces, you know, this is a month where we turn away from the things that were dark and the things that felt heavy and start to move towards brightness, start to move towards happiness and joy and love. I talked a lot before in the past months about, you know, giving meaning to your work and to your money and all that stuff. But now it's time to sort of put that aside. It's time to like not have your career and your money and all that be a priority. And March is about making your inside a priority, your heart, your soul, your love, your connection to people. That's the name of the game for March, Pisces. All right, I love you guys so much. Have the best month ever. I'll talk to you soon.